Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert. You there? Buddy, I can't hear you. You're going to have to take programming out. Hello, Robert. You there? Hey, everybody on YouTube. You're quick to log in. Glad to have you. Pre-game shows behind. It was senior night here tonight. Hello, hello, Robert, you there? We're ready to roll. Let's go. Hey, baby. Oh, no. If you be my girl. Good evening, everybody. It is Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. We're in Pinckneyville on senior night. Scott Hudson for these Carterville Lions as they are taking on the Panthers in a conference game that means zilch.
Yeah, it means nothing now. A week ago tonight, this game had a lot of implications.
It did.
Carterville was at home against Nashville. If Carterville could have knocked off Nashville, Carterville could have possibly been playing for a share of the Mississippi side of the River Conference. But Nashville knocked off the Lions, and that pretty much ended Carterville's hopes of winning the conference. This Pinckneyville team comes in at 25-2, 9-0 in conference play. They are very good. And if you go back to the last time these two teams played at Carterville, Carterville had a 4-point lead midway through the third quarter, playing well, and Pinckneyville ended up winning by 25. That's how good this Panthers team is.
And it was a 3-minute spurt that really doomed the Lions in that first game where they had problems handling the press, and they just turned the ball over, and Pinckneyville got about 8 quick points off of it, and that was the end of the game for the Lions, what turned out to be really the end of the end for the Lions in that game. Carterville played with them. Carterville can play with them. Here's the difference. Bob Wagner's Panthers, when they're at home, they press, and they press the entire game, and they want to put their foot on your throat and choke you out as early as they can, and they really want to do it on senior night in front of probably the biggest crowd they've had here all year long.
Well, they're very deep. They come in waves, and they're always going to have fresh legs on the floor because of that. They're going to play in your face, in your grill, man-to-man defense, and they will literally wear you out by the fourth quarter. Carterville not a very deep team, and Carterville will not have Luke Ford again tonight. Carterville had Luke Ford in the first matchup. No Luke Ford tonight. You know that Carterville's guards and forwards are going to be tested with pressure from the very tip.
As a matter of fact, Luke Ford was the leading scorer in that first game. He had 12 points. Taylor Heil was next with 8 for the Lions in a game that saw the Panthers win 58-33. That was back on January 14th. Pinckneyville was led by Grant Jossel. He had 19 in that game, and Rulovish had 11 for the Panthers. And so tonight, be nice, be sweet to come out of here with a win for the Lions, especially one more game next Friday against Heron. And then, as we found out today, the brackets came out for Class 3A, and we'll be talking about that coming up in just a few minutes here on our pregame show. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. They're a certified Jort dealer, and they service all brands. You can call 985-2502, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. You will find them online. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, I had a chance to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins about this game this evening. It's next. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. Let's go two here, interviewing straight to us.
Southern Bank is simple to represent community banking at its best. If you're looking for local, personal service, visit them today at any of their 15 locations in Marion, Carbondale, Carterville, El Dorado, Creel Springs, Grand Tower, Carrier Mills, Murfreesboro, Royalton, and Heron. Or visit them on the web at firstsouthernbank.net. First Southern Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Big Mac, Mac Jr., Grand Mac 2. That's 3 Macs I've made. Today's extraordinary. Got rid of all that spam. Let a paper jam. Juicy, cheesy, iconic Big Mac burger. Now in 3 sizes. Only at McDonald's for a limited time. Man, I'm loving it at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hello, Carterville sports fans from Caldwell Banker Preferred Realty. We're just like the Lions. We work hard for you. There are real estate companies that use gimmicks and giveaways just to get your business. There are companies who talk about how cheap they work. Your home is your biggest investment. When it's time to buy or sell, insist on the best. There is a reason we are preferred. Want to find out why? Call 985-4242.
It could be simple, or maybe something a little more complex. Or maybe you just doesn't. No matter day or night, 7 days a week, Thad Ellett Plumbing brings you quick service with over 7 years experience working for you. That offers you competitive rates, so you not only get the experience, you save money as well. And their fast, friendly service means that you don't have to live with that for too long. So for any size plumbing job, residential or commercial, call Thad Ellett Plumbing in Carterville at 985-2021. Online at ThadEllettPlumbing.com.
Friday night, 2 regular season basketball games left. Coach Shane Hawkins joining us tonight. One of the 2 at Pinckneyville.
It's a good way for us to kind of get to that wraps. And then we've come the last 5 minutes since we played them. I thought we played really well the first time. We were right there for 21 minutes, and we had about a 3-minute span where we turned it over, and it led to David out of transition, and they scored without us being able to guard them. And I thought in the first matchup, I thought we did a very good job of guarding them. We made it a half-court game, and I thought we did a tremendous job defensively the first half, and even for the whole game. They made their run. They basically made their run off their defense or our bad offense, and they turned it over. They picked up the pressure a little bit. They turned it over, and they got out of transition, and we started the half up 7.
On YouTube, sorry about the people standing in front of us. Hopefully we'll be able to get them cleared out for the game. We'll try. They don't know they're being videoed, though.
And the way that Coach Bob Wagner likes to coach, he's going to pressure the whole game. You know that's probably what's coming.
Yeah, and that's we have to better handle pressure. And again, it's I think we've gotten better at handling pressure. I know they give us the last 2 minutes on the night against Harrisburg, and you think I'm crazy. I think we've done our job since that game of trying to figure we'll see what we've learned from that and see if we can continue to make adjustments as we go.
Not only are you going to have to deal with that, but you're also going to have to deal with the emotions they're going to go with. It's their senior week. It's a big thing here in Pinckneyville. They celebrate well here. And there's a lot of emotion coming into the game on their part.
Yeah.
You played in that game.
Right. There'll be a huge crowd. This crowd we played in yesterday, no question. And it'll be loud. And it'll be interesting to see how we handle that coming into such a hostile environment. And you're really going to have to stick together. You're going to have to communicate. I think it's one thing where our guys don't do a very good job of communicating with each other. You can't with the coaches. You can't. Not everything can come from the sideline. You're going to have to be able to communicate with each other out there because they're not going to hear me. And we've not done that.
There you go. All you got to do is tell somebody, I can have 2 hours of watching the back of your head, your hair either grow or fall out. Head coach Shane Hawkins joining us on our pregame show this evening. As he said, Carterville hung tight in that for about the first half and a half of the third quarter, and then Pinckneyville just put Carterville away in that first meeting.
Well, as I said earlier, they will wear you down with their defense. Carterville's going to have to be very patient on offense, and they just cannot turn the ball over tonight. That was one of their bugaboos in the last game that almost cost them against Harrisburg on Tuesday night. Carterville's got to take care of the basketball. They've got to shoot well. They've shot well the last couple of games, and then they're going to have to hope that Pinckneyville is not on their game tonight, which Pinckneyville has not played great the last couple of games. So maybe they've already peaked, but we'll find out tonight.
We will find out as we're just moments away from the tip-off here between the Carterville Lions as they're on the road. Conference game at Pinckneyville. It's senior night. A lot of emotion. Shane Hawkins knows what it's like. He's been through senior night here, and he said they'll come out all fired up. And so it's going to be an intense game, I think, is probably the best word I could use.
Yeah, again, Carterville's got to come out from the get-go. They've got to, impose their will, so to speak. Carterville's got to be the aggressor early and not be, timid against this Pinckneyville defense.
We will find out where both teams are out on the floor, and we are just moments away from the tip-off. The starting lineups are about ready to be announced. They're going to announce the lineups first for the Carterville Lions, and of course it will be Blake Jackson, the 5'10 senior guard for Shane Hawkins. Also number 5, Justin Johnson. We call him JJ a lot during the broadcast, the 6'2 junior. Point guard, that's Brendan Beasley, the 5'9 senior. Grant Garby's getting his third consecutive start for the Carterville Lions this evening with Luke Ford out with the foot injury. Grant has done a great job starting in these games. And then finally the big guy, Taylor Howell, 6'6 senior here at forward. So it's going to be Jackson, Johnson, Beasley, Garby, and Heil.
And they're going to have their work cut out for them. Carterville's going to have to play with a lead. Force Pinckneyville to have to come from behind on their home floor in the second half. Don't make it easy for them. Carterville's going to have to do a good job defensively of getting in the face of the shooter. Make them take contested shots. Do not give them easy opportunities. One thing Pinckneyville's very good at, the backdoor cuts. They're very good at getting those easy layups, shots in the paint. Carterville's going to have to be very good defensively tonight.
So now the starting lineup for the hometown Pinckneyville Panthers, and a great crowd here at Thomas Gymnasium in Pinckneyville, Dickhorn Court, where this place is packed this evening. Pinckneyville only has 4 seniors on their team this year, and they are going to start all 4 seniors plus the junior, J.C. Mole. Mole is the 5'10 junior. One senior is Miles Chandler, 5'9" senior. He's a guard. Brady Lewis, the 6'1" senior, wears number 22 at forward. Tyler Rulovich, number 24, the 6'3" senior. And then Alex Howard, number 44, the 6-foot senior. The 4 seniors get to start. Pinckneyville has 9 juniors on the squad, but J.C. Mole is the only one that's getting the start here this evening. So again, it's going to be Mole, Chandler, Lewis, Rulovich, and Howard that will be getting the start. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the tip-off. It's the Carterville Lions and the Pinckneyville Panthers next on News Radio WJPF.
By Pinckneyville Community High School students.
Keep it through the anthem till I tell you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody on YouTube, for watching.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
After this one, we're good. Thanks, buddy. Pinckneyville is where we're at on a Friday night. Just 2 regular season games, Scott. Tonight, Pinckneyville. Next Friday night, we head to Herring.
Head to Herring, and then on Monday night, we'll play in the first game of the Carterville Regional. We'll talk about that as the game goes along, but that's got a couple of tough road tests before the regional gets here.
Yes, we do. As pregame ceremonies are done, 8:06 on a Friday night. And we appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. This broadcast is brought to you by the Ike Family Dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Players are on the floor. Officials are ready to go. And that we are underway, and the Carterville Lions win the tip. Thank you for listening here on News Radio WJPF. Brendan Beasley, Grant Garby, Blake Jackson, Taylor Heil, backdoor cut, passes off the back of the head of J.C. Moll. It goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. And the last one, Justin Johnson, the 5 starters for your Lions. Carterville in their road blue uniforms. They're moving left to right. If you're watching here on our YouTube feed, if you're not, you can just go and search on YouTube, Carterville Lions at Pinckneyville Panthers 2-17. And you can watch and listen to the game, but we appreciate that. Or just head to News Radio WJPF or online at WJPF.com. Backdoor pass wasn't there. Grant Garby turns it over. He thought Taylor Howell was going to cut toward the bucket, and that's the first turnover on the Lions. So for the Panthers, they have it in the front court. J.C. Mold gets it to Rulovich on the left wing. He looks for a cut. Now, Scott mentioned it in the pregame. Pinckneyville will just wear you out trying to find that backdoor cut. And they're very successful and very patient. As it is Rulovich, it turns the ball over. Each team has 1 turnover here to start the game. Just under 7 minutes. J.J. Johnson, Justin Johnson on the right wing. He takes the left-hand dribble, brings it back toward the top of the key. And we've got a whistle and a foul, a 5-second call on the Carterville Lions. That's 2 turnovers right off the get-go, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, the Carterville's players that don't have the ball, I should say, have got to come over and help, because again, Pinckneyville's defense is going to be in your face, and you've got to find a way to get open.
So it's Pinckneyville basketball out front. That is Alex Howard that fires for the Pinckneyville Panthers from 3. It's no good. And Taylor Heil pulls down his first rebound of the game. Beasley into the front court. Takes it, veers toward the left. Now he brings it between the circles to Blake Jackson. Jackson toward the right side with the right-hand dribble. He's guarded nicely by Chandler, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Pinckneyville. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Looked like Jackson, once he got to the baseline, had a chance to maybe pull up and kiss it off the glass or go do an up and under, but he tried to make the pass, knocked out of bounds.
Shane Hawkins up off the bench for the first time in the game. The ball, the inbounds pass is thrown away. Blake Jackson goes after it and kicks it into the backcourt. Carterville with their third turnover. Pinckneyville basketball, Mole, left side, they bring it to Rilovich. They find that backdoor cut, and that was Brady Lewis that gets the bucket for Pinckneyville.
Yeah, we've played a little over 2 minutes. Carterville still has yet to attempt a shot.
Beasley into the front court. Justin Johnson bounces it off his right leg, but he gathers it up and then he throws it, just bounces it out of bounds. 4 possessions, 4 turnovers for the Lions.
Not the start you need to have against Pinckneyville. Not only on the road, but Pinckneyville's not playing all their starters. They're starting their seniors. We haven't even seen their best starting player, Jostle, yet.
Pinckneyville has the basketball. J.C. Mole fires from 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound comes off to Rulovich. He works it back over toward the right side. He has it now toward the right baseline. He's guarded by Taylor Heil. Now they get it to Howard, and the ball is thrown away. 2 turnovers now on the Pinckneyville Panthers.
Yeah, Jackson flashed in front of the ball, and it went off of Chandler out of bounds. And Carterville only down by 2, but they got 4 turnovers. Going to have to turn that around quickly.
Broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Carterville has not taken a shot yet. 4 turnovers on their first 4 possessions to start the game, but they're only down 2. So we've got a whistle and a foul. That's going to be a defensive foul on the Pinckneyville Panthers, the first of the game.
Carterville's players offensively, they're going to have to move without the ball. They're going to have to continue to move without the ball, set some picks, set some screens, try to get some openings.
Miles Chandler is charged with the first team foul on the Panthers, actually the first foul of the game. So it's Blake Jackson on the right side with the basketball, spin move toward the baseline, gets it into Taylor Heil. He wants to back his man down, and they're going to say that he traveled 5 possessions, 5 turnovers.
That's a bad recipe.
That's
Mr.
a mouthful
McKenzie.
right there,
yes,
Scott
it is.
Hudson. So it's Pinckneyville ball with a 2-point lead. 4:50 remaining here in the opening quarter. Appreciate you tuning in and listening to Lions Sports here all season long. Football and basketball. Scott, we're not far from being done broadcasting for the season. It's hard to believe.
It is.
Pinckneyville in the front court. They find that backdoor cut. That's Rulovich. His shot is up and good for the Panthers. 4-0 Pinckneyville. 4:24 on the clock. Beasley breaks the timeline. He's guarded by J.C. Mole. Of course, man-to-man pressure. You expect that from the Panthers. They match up very well. They get it to Blake Jackson. Dylan Moore fires from 3 for the Lions. It bounces off, no good. Rebound comes off to Rulovich. He gets it down low. That is Alex Howard. The little bank shot is good for Alex Howard. His bucket of the game, 6-0 with 3:57 left here in the opening quarter. Beasley steps across the logo at midcourt. Left-hand dribble, gets it to Dylan Moore. Moore, right-hand dribble, hands to Blake Jackson. He backs it out, top of the key, drives it down the right side. Kick out pass to Moore, and he decides to bring it back around and puts the ball on the floor. It's another turnover on the Carterville Lions, and then Pinckneyville can't handle it as it got a little squirrely there. They run out of bounds with it. It's Carterville basketball, and we have a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout taken by Shane Hawkins. He wants to have a heart-to-heart chat with his Carterville Lions. We will be able to hear it from our broadcast location. This broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today we're starting on Tuesday. I went in today. I bought me a new hat today.
I saw that. Where's mine?
I didn't get you one.
Okay, all right.
But I talked to Tim, and they will be in their new location, opening up on Tuesday That is in the right next to Tequila's there at the Carterville Crossroads, 209 West Commercial Drive. Don't forget, you can always go online, visit artworkscustomgraphics.com. AJ leads Sparta 12-10. That is after one. After one, Carbondale leads Cahokia 18-15. And let's see here. Althoff leads Marion 24-19 after one. It's 6-0. Pinckneyville with the shutout so far, and we're almost 5 minutes in to this opening quarter. Carterville breaks the timeline. Blake Jackson has the ball, drives down the right side, pulls it up, and backs it out. Gets it to Dylan Moore. Back to Blake Jackson toward the right wing. Dylan Valerius just checked into the ball game for the Lions. The ball goes into Heil. Turnaround jumper from Heil from about 10 feet is good. Finally, Carterville is on the board.
Carterville's offense is going to go through Taylor Heil tonight. He had a monster game the other night against Harrisburg. He's going to have another one tonight.
25 points against those Bulldogs, and his best game by far of the season. And he was aggressive, taking the ball to the rack, taking the jump shot, taking what they gave him. And got to say, the guards for Carterville did a great job getting the ball to him in that game. Pinckneyville shows that patience once again. 12-footer from Miles Chandler's no good, and that's Taylor Heil with the rebound. Beasley breaks the timeline, finds a lane to the bucket, and he's fouled as he goes up for the layup, and he is going to go to the line. He's going to shoot 2 free throws for the Lions.
Yeah, about 15 feet out, he beat his man, and he saw the opening down the lane, and he's going to get to go line to shoot 2.
So Beasley's there, shooting 2. The foul's on Alex Howard. Beasley makes the first free throw. That's the second team foul on the Panthers. Miles Chandler had the previous foul. Grant Garby's checking back in. Taylor Heil's going to get a breather here, coming with 2:30 left in this opening quarter. Beasley still has a second free throw to come. He's at the line. It's the second. So it's 6-4 now. Pinckneyville with the 2-point lead, 2:25 remaining here in the opening quarter. Grant Jostle into the ball game, brings it near side. That is Dawson Yates. That's the freshman, finds that cut of Luke, and he's on the board. 4 players have scored in the game so far for the Panthers.
That's typical Pinckneyville Panther basketball. Everybody contributes. They can all dribble. They can all shoot. They can all rebound. Just an excellent ball club.
The only one that has not of the starters for the Panthers, J.C. Mole. Beasley fires from 3. His shot is short, and the rebound comes off. Nice job by Dylan Valerius tracking it down. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong. It was tapped by the Pinckneyville Panthers. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Carterville's only attempted 3 shots in this first half. Of course, they've got 6 turnovers. Yet you look at the scoreboard, they're only down by 4.
They should be down about 12.
Yeah. Honestly, they should.
6, and Pinckneyville has 3 so far in this game. Lions have the basketball. So on the floor now, it's Beasley, Jackson, Moore. Valerius fires from 3, buries it. Dylan Valerius with a nice 3-pointer for the Carterville Lions. 8-7 is the score. Pinckneyville into the front court. I like how Carterville's kind of hanging tough, despite the fact that they've got those turnovers. As Jostle fires from 3, he pops from the left wing. And once he gets rolling, he can really light you up.
Well, he's such a good ball player, and he's only a junior. So Carterville will have to see him again next year.
In the first meeting, it was Jostle that had 19 points. He was the leading scorer in the game for both teams. And it was Rulovic that had 11 for the Panthers as well. Dylan Moore toward the left wing, cuts it in, and he pushes off. Oh, man, are we getting away with one there? Dylan Moore, put the elbow in the chest of the defender, but they call the foul on the defender. That is Dawson Yates, his first, and that's the 3rd team foul on the Pinckneyville Panthers.
Pinckneyville has already played 9 players.
Yeah, they're deep. They are deep, and he will use every one of them. And they'll all score, and they play great defense.
Yep.
And you don't really lose a lot. As Carterville has it. Garby gets it to Beasley. Sets the pick for Beasley between the circles. 35 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. It's a 4-point game, 11-7. Pinckneyville with the lead. Heron leads Harrisburg 35-24. That's at the half. 11-7 here, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Of course, we got the late start with the senior night activities here in Pinckneyville. 17 seconds. Carterville holding for the last shot. Beasley backs it up, brings it near midcourt. Left-right dribble between the circles. Works it toward the top. 7 seconds on the clock. Carterville's going to roll now. Beasley, left-hand layup, no good. Ball is on the floor. 0, no time left. The ball does hit the rim at the buzzer, but that is the end of the first quarter. It is 11-7, the Pinckneyville Panthers. We'll be back. Second quarter action is next on News Radio WJPF. Back in Pinckneyville, it's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, 11-7 as we begin play here in the second quarter. Pinckneyville with the basketball as it's Rilovich. He takes it toward the right side, and we have a foul that is called on the Carterville Lions. And that is going to be
Foul is on number 32, Grant
Garby. That is his first foul. That is actually the first team foul on the Carterville Lions. 6 turnovers in that opening quarter, but Carterville's only down 4, Scott.
They shot 40% from the field in the first, 62% for Pinckneyville. It looks like we've got a illegal screen set by Pinckneyville. That's their 4th turnover.
Second foul, team sport.
And that is on Ryan Brueggemann, who just checked into the ball game. That is the 4th team foul. The first on Brueggemann. Carterville basketball and a turnover on the Panthers. Lots of substitutions for Coach Bob Wagner in this game so far. As Scott said, 9 players.
Now 10.
Now 10 have checked in for the Panthers. As Pinckneyville tries to get the trap in the backcourt. Carterville handles it. Taylor Howell steps across the timeline. Dylan Valerius between the circles to Blake Jackson. He takes it down the right side of the lane, leaves it for Heil. He fires from about 12, no good. Valerius gets the rebound. Back to Beasley. Garby has it, drives it down the left side. Now Beasley down the left baseline. His layup is good for the Lions. He's got 4 points. It is 11-9 Pinckneyville.
Great drive by Beasley on the baseline.
Oh, nice spin move in the paint by Rilovich with the bucket. He's got 4 points. It's 13-9.
That's too easy.
Yes, it is. Carterville's going to have to pick it up as we got a charging foul that is called on Brennan Beasley in the backcourt. He put his elbow right into the defender, and you cannot do that. We got away with one earlier, but they didn't miss that one.
Nope, that's a turnover. Carterville got the nice basket by Beasley, and then boom, Pinckneyville comes down and scores, and then Carterville turns the ball over, and Pinckneyville's got it right back.
6 turnovers in the first quarter. That's the first here in the second for the Lions. Just under over a minute is gone. The shot, tough angle shot by, I believe that was Jossel. No good. Carterville gets the rebound. They're into the front court. 6:42 remaining here in the first half. It's a 4-point lead for Pinckneyville. Blake Jackson toward the right wing. Takes it across the free throw lane. free throw line, rather. Now back to Beasley. He takes it to the free throw line. Kick out pass to Jackson. Fires from three. Blake Jackson with a big three-pointer. And we have a timeout that is called by Bob Wagner at Pinckneyville. It's a 30-second timeout as well. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale offers a variety of business and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, and mobile banking. For more information, stop by the Carterville Banking Center or visit the website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Yeah, Blake Jackson with a big three to pull Carterville to within one with 6:22 to go in the second. Now Carterville's got to get a couple of stops defensively. Carterville's offense has really picked up the pace since, well, the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game. Carterville had like 5 turnovers on their first 5 possessions, but they've kind of righted the ship a little bit and only down by 1 here early in the second.
I think despite the fact that 7 turnovers on the Lions, Shane Hawkins would probably be happy if we was to chat with him right now.
Yeah.
But he's still jawing at the officials on that charging. I do kind of see what he was saying. The defender was on the move, and that's what he was saying to the officials. J.C. Moe fires his first shot of the ball game. No good. The nice rebound by Luke. He gets it, kicks it out, and the shot once again by Pinckneyville, no good, but they find that back door, and that is put up by Howard. His shot is missed, and Carterville has the basketball. Oh, as Dylan Valerius, he went up and got the ball, but he came down on the end line, and it's going to belong to the Panthers.
Well, too many opportunities for Pinckneyville to score.
They had 3 on that possession right there. 3 good opportunities as Rubovich, he buries it again. He's got 6 in the game now, Scott. It is 16-12.
You cannot give Pinckneyville extra opportunities. As you said, they gave him 3, and they finally hit a 3.
(16-12) is the score.
Valerius with a miss.
And it's Pinckneyville basketball. They bring it back the other way. Rulovich takes it to down the lane. He puts up a layup and misses. Taylor Heil gets the rebound, and then Rulovich runs into the back of him. And that is going to be his first foul, the 15th foul on the Panthers.
His first foul. Team's fifth.
Carterville's going to have the basketball, the length of the court to go. A little warm in here tonight.
It is a little warm.
Muggy.
I mean, it's supposed to be 70 the next 3 days.
I know. Beasley breaks the timeline, gets it across midcourt over to Blake Jackson toward the right side. They had that back door for Heil if they could find him. Jackson back again. Left-hand dribble to Valerius. Back to Jackson. Down low, we got a elbow in the back according to the official. A push, and it is going to be... It's going to be on Alex Howard, number 44, his second, the 16th foul on the Panthers. And he's going to check out. Alex Howard will. Checking in is going to be Devin Kitchen. I don't even have room for him in my scorebook. I don't know where to put him. Devin Kitchen into the game for the Panthers. Dylan Moore fires from 3 off the back of the iron, and they say it hit the clock. And it's going to belong to the Panthers. Line, go ahead.
Pinckneyville plays so many players, Dave. It's almost like a changing on the fly in hockey. Just bring them over the boards and let them go. They are so deep and so talented.
They have 17 on their varsity roster tonight, and one of them doesn't even dress. As it is Dawson Yates with the bucket for the Panthers. His first bucket of the game, 18-12, 6-point lead now, 4:24 left in this first half. Brendan Beasley with the basketball, hands it off to Blake Jackson. He drives down the right side, kicks the pass over to the right to Heil. They bring it right baseline to Jackson. Spin move, puts his elbow up, but they kick it around the other side. Valerius to Beasley. Beasley on the left baseline, strolls to the top of the circle, now spins back down left baseline, kick out pass to Valerius, open for 3, no good. Doesn't hit anything. That was an air ball. Pinckneyville basketball quickly into the front courts. They have it. 3:49 remaining and the 6-point lead. They bring it near side. That is Yates. Right-hand dribble. And we've got another foul. That's going to be on Kyle Luke, I believe.
21, Kyle Luke.
His first foul, the 17th foul. Ball's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Pinckneyville sets a lot of screens, a lot of picks, and sometimes you overdo it a little bit, and Pinckneyville's been caught twice now on those.
Good minutes from Dylan Valerius, who checks out as Grant Garby is back into the game for the Lions. So now Carterville's in the bonus, and that's the 17th foul on the Panthers. Taylor Heil to Garby, wants to get it to Jackson, does. Back to Beasley. He's at the top of the circle. Kick out pass to the right wing. Jackson fakes the shot, takes it to the lane. Little floater, no good. Rebound comes off to the Panthers quickly on the run. They get it down into the paint, and that is Kyle Luke with the bucket for Pinckneyville. It is an 8-point lead now for the Panthers.
From rebound to basket took about 2.5 seconds for
Yeah,
Pinckneyville.
it was crazy quick, and nobody got back. For the Lions, Beasley has it, drives it, nope, kicks it, brings it back, right-hand dribble, 8-point lead, 20-12, 2:50 left here in the first half. It's been a good ball game so far, a lot of turnovers. Shane Hawkins has that Rich Heron foot stomp down for the Lions. Gets their attention. Beasley behind the back over to Jackson. Now back to Beasley, right wing. 2:35 remaining. Ball's on the floor. It's off. A Pinckneyville Panther goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Now, Taylor Heil's not touching the ball enough on the offensive end. I think part of it is give credit to Pinckneyville's defense. Also, Carterville, when they're looking inside and when Heil's open, they're not getting him the ball. And there are times that probably Taylor is going to have to work a little harder to get open to get the ball.
Belleville Altoff leads Marion 45-29. That's at the half. The inbounds pass comes out top to Taylor Heil, and they get it back to Beasley. Beasley, right-hand dribble, floats to the right side, now back toward midcourt. He is guarded by J.C. Mole. Shake and bake, leaves it for Dylan Moore. Moore takes a drive inside the three-point line. Taylor Heil now, he wants to shoot from about 12, puts it up, and it's good for Heil.
That's a tough shot to take.
Tough angle, but he was able to get it to fall. Carterville, that's the first bucket for Carterville in about 3 minutes. As Mole has it for the Panthers. He tried to lay up, no good. Came up a little bit short. Carterville has it. Beasley into the front court. Behind the back dribble toward the left side. You don't see J.C. Mole miss shots like that.
No, he came up a little bit short. I don't know if Heil may have got a finger on that shot or not, but you're right. When Mole gets in the paint, it's almost automatic.
He's so fast. So it's Carterville. Dylan Moore to Taylor Heil. He fires from 18 off the back of the iron, no good. Dylan Valerius, he's been a beast on the board so far this evening. That's like 3 rebounds for him.
He has got 4 rebounds, 3 of those offensive, and he's going to go to the free throw line as he went up high to get the offensive rebound and came down on his back. He's all right.
Yates was charged with the foul, and Dylan Valerius is going to be at the line, shooting the one and the bonus with 1:15 left. 6-point lead for the Panthers. Coming up at the half, we're going to talk to Carterville girls head coach Matt Crane. Scott, they won their regional championship last night at Centralia, 49-45, so we're going to chat with Matt coming up.
Headed off to play Highland
at the Waterloo sectional on Tuesday night. So Valerius misses the second free throw, 20-15, 5-point lead now. We're working our way toward 1 minute remaining. The backdoor cut by the Panthers. The shot is put up by Jostle, but he's fouled by Beasley, I think is who they'll probably call that on.
That foul, or excuse me, that pass in the lane of Jostle. If you've ever watched a quarterback in the NFL thread the needle between 2 defenders, that's what that bounce pass was. It was between 2 Carterville defenders, and Jostle hits the first free throw.
He does. 21-15. Jostle's got, that's his 4th point of the game. So Carterville's done a nice job containing him here in the first half, and he misses the second free throw. So we're under a minute now here in this ball game. Carterville basketball. Beasley across the timeline. Gets it to the left side. Justin Johnson just checked back in after being out for most of this first half. Beasley toward the right wing. Holds, brings it back between the legs to the top of the circle, toward the right side. Now he brings it back, top of the key. 32 seconds remaining in the half. Beasley kicks it down low to Heil. Nice. That's a nice give to Taylor Heil. He gets the bank shot home. We've got a timeout as the ball comes out to midcourt after the bucket. But that was a nice assist from Brennan Beasley to Taylor Heil.
Yeah, Heil beat his man down the lane, or excuse me, Beasley beat his man down the lane, and he waited at the right time to pass to Heil, who kissed it off the glass.
So it's going to belong to the Pinckneyville Panthers with 21 seconds left here in this first half. Pinckneyville has it. Nice pressure by the Lions in the backcourt. 13 seconds on the clock. Top of the key, J.C. Mole stands on the Pinckneyville Panthers logo at midcourt. Now they work it to the right side. Top of the circle. The give down low. 2 shots. No good by the Panthers. But the shot by Jostle should have been there, but he missed the easy layup. But that's how we end the first half. That's a good half of basketball. 21-17, Pinckneyville leads your Carterville Lions. Coming up, we're going to be talking to Matt Crane on our halftime reports. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 2 here, please. 2 here, please.
At this time, we would like to recognize the 2017 Pinckneyville Palms, sponsored by Stotler Drug Store and coached by Lauren Payne and Megan Carney.
Dr. Settle and his professional staff can make this health choice a little bit easier. Preventative, cosmetic, oral surgery, removable prosthetics, and Dr. Settle offers Botox injections as well. Check Dr. Settle out online, JustinSettleDMD.com, or call the office and set up an appointment. An important health choice just got a little easier.
Is your post-holiday debt piling up? Let SIU Credit Union help you shovel away holiday debt. Now through February 28th, transfer balances to an SIU Credit Union Visa credit card with an introductory 3.9% APR for 12 months and no balance transfer fees. Stop by any SIU Credit Union location or go online at siucu.org for more information. SIU Credit Union, where Southern Illinois belongs. Membership required. All loans subject to credit approval, federally insured by NCUA.
Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson at Pinckneyville, where we're at the half. It is 21-17, a 4-point Pinckneyville lead. Key to the game here, Scott's turnovers by the Carterville Lions. I've got them for 7 in the half. 5 or 6 rather in the first quarter. They've kind of settled down, and they're only down 4.
Yeah, the key was Carterville settled down because they could have been run out of this gym real quick if Pinckneyville had been shooting a little bit better. Carterville finally settled down, started to run their offense, had a lot of motion on their offense. Pinckneyville had 5 turnovers. Rebounding, Pinckneyville out-rebounded the Lions 11-10. Heil led Carterville with 5. Kitchen led Pinckneyville with 4. Shooting from the field, Carterville 40% from the field, Pinckneyville 45%. But Carterville basically survived the first 5 minutes of this game, and they're only down by 4 at half.
We're at the half, 21-17. Last night, the Carterville Lions the Lady Lions come away with a huge win in the Centralia Regional. And joining us here on our halftime show, head coach Matt Crane. What a big win for your team last night.
That was a giant win. The kids they played hard all year long. We got moved up classes, and we didn't flinch. We talked about at the beginning of the year, girls. We are where we are. Expectations didn't change.
This is how it's going to be.
It's how it is. We can't worry about it. and expectations didn't change. I told them that in March, and they bought into it and have had a very successful season up to this point and battled their guts out for 2 games to win that regional up there in Centralia, and I'm very happy for them and proud of them.
11-point lead with about 3.5 minutes left in the game. Centralia, they got back into it down to 2 points. Were the girls just nervous there at the end of the game?
We got tight just for a minute. They hit that 3.
Yeah.
We threw the ball away a couple times, and then we got a little nervous trying to not to lose the game, and we hadn't done that in a while, but we pulled it out, and we're not going to harp on it in practice or anything because we made enough plays to win, and that's all you got to do.
And you got the run-out layup by Hannah Schulmeister that won the game, that wound up getting a 4-point win. Let's talk about the importance of getting that win over a team like Centralia. They were a big team, a physical team with your Lady Lions, and you're going to need to know how to handle that when you get into sectional play coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, these teams have been bigger, faster, stronger than what we've been used to. And those girls, the Mains girls are big. The littler of the 2 is the state indoor shot put champion, and the bigger of the 2 is the state outdoor shot put champion. I mean, they're big, strong girls. That was a tough matchup for us. Montana and Janiyah battled their tails off and came in there and fought and scratched and clawed and got rebounds, and then Bailey came in and gave us a couple good minutes and let them get a breather, and it was a total team effort. And these girls are winners. They're resilient. They play hard. They're fun to watch, and they're fun to coach.
I tell you, one of the players that's been the most fun to watch this year has been the development of Janiyah Thompson. She is just a freshman. You're going to have her 3 more years, and that girl can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, she can, and she's going to get better. She won't be 15 till June, so she's a young freshman.
Yeah.
But she's so strong. She's big. She's actually more of a guard than she is a post player, and we got guard and post players. But then we can get her in mismatches out there with Megan coming off of that screen and roll, and have a big trying to guard her out front, and it creates a lot of problems. I look forward to her in the next 3 years, along with, her class and the sophomore class ahead of them.
Coach, one thing that had to help your girls this year, knowing that you were going up in class, you not only played the bigger schools like Mount Vernon, like Carbondale in the regular season, but you beat those teams. So that had to give your girls confidence going in the regional that, hey, not only have we played the bigger schools, we've beaten them as well.
Yes, and we started this last year. We got rid of our tournament, got into Carbondale's tournament with Collinsville and Edwardsville. So we saw Edwardsville, number 2 team in 4A, and we were fortunate enough to beat Collinsville. We started preparing for this last year, picked up T-Town to toughen up our schedule, and then T-Town, we had them again this year. Collinsville and them dropped out of that tournament. You're still going against Mount Vernon and Carbondale. Even though they have maybe down years, that doesn't mean they're bad.
Right.
They've still got athletes. They've got more athletes to choose from. And our girls, they never flinched. And when we go in there, we go in to win, and that's got to be the mindset. You can't doubt yourself. And, we had that big win at Christmas over Graves County.
Yes.
There's 1,400 kids there. That propelled us into this second half here in the Benton tournament. And, from that moment on, the girls thought, we can play with anybody we're going to see as long as we show up to play.
Your first game in sectional is Tuesday night. You're going to play Highland, is it?
Highland at 7:30 in Waterloo.
What's your thoughts going into sectional?
I've seen tape on them. I've talked to a couple coaches today. I've got a couple going to call me tomorrow, trying to get a little game plan together. They're a lot like Graves County. They're fast. They're athletic. So that will help us, I hope, as far as being able to play the tempo that we like. They do have a 6'1" girl she's an inside-out player, but she's an athletic girl instead of just a big house in there. But she's really good. A couple guards that can shoot. I mean, we'll have our hands full, but you're in a sectional. It doesn't matter 2A, 3A. And when you get in a sectional, you're going to have your hands full.
It's a different level.
And you're going to have to, you're just going to have to lay it on the line, play hard the entire time, and leave it out there on the court. If you do that, you should be in the game. You should have a chance to be in the game and have a chance to win, and that's all you want when you get to this level.
Carterville fans, I'm telling you, you're not going to see a team that fights harder than these Lady Lions do on the court. and they need your help at these games coming up in sectional. I know it's Waterloo, but it's worth the drive, I promise you. If you can make it up there, had a great crowd at Centralia last night, and they really do need the support.
Yes, we do. The crowd last night was fantastic. I want to thank Coach Hawk, Mr. Dial, Linda Dress for bringing the basketball team, bringing the cheerleaders. Somebody asked me today, do you notice the cheerleaders? I said no, and that's a good thing as far as it wasn't odd to see cheerleaders at a girls' game because you don't see that every day. It was enjoyable. It helped. We had a lot of people that drove up, that just came up on a Tuesday night to support these girls, and the girls were so grateful, and so was I, and Coach Cowan was too, and we really appreciated it, and that's why Carterville is a great place to be at.
That's head coach Matt Crane of the Carterville Lady Lions. Congratulations, and we'll see you Tuesday night.
Thank you very much.
Matt Crane here on our halftime show. When we come back, we're going to have second half action. It is 21-17, Pinckneyville with the halftime lead. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Sorry, Robert. Let's go two here. We should be good. Prepare to dump out, though, early on that last one. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for watching. You get the raw audio of what we're talking about. That was such a good game last night, though.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh, it was. Bring it back after this one, Robert. After this one. We'll make them up. Back at Pinckneyville, starting second half play. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson, 21-17 is the score. Pinckneyville with a 4-point lead. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Crystal's Catering and more. More than you expected, more memorable for your guest. You can visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information. Carterville has the ball to start the second half. Beasley wants to get it to Blake Jackson. Works around a defender and finally gets it to him. Jackson spins, and we've got a foul on the Pinckneyville Panthers. That's going to be on Kyle Luke. That's going to be his second, the first team foul here in the second half.
I think Carterville did a good job in the first half of moving the ball, moving without the ball, and finding the open player.
Carterville basketball. Jackson has it. Needs some help. Gets it to Garby. So on the floor, it's Garby, Beasley, Jackson, Johnson, and Taylor Ohio. The putback shot from Grant Garby after the miss is good. Garby's first point of the game, and Carterville is back within 2 here to start the third quarter. J.C. Mole gets it over to Jostle. Jostle toward Kyle Luke. They leave it for Howard. Howard now gives it to Jostle. And shot the three-pointer from the right wing, no good by Kyle Luke. Carterville gets the rebound. Shane Hawkins yelling at his Lions. Let's go. Carterville can tie it or take the lead here in this ball game. 6:48 on the clock. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. The ball's on the floor. Carterville gets it back, though. Now it's over to Garby. Back to Beasley, right wing. Beasley says, Grant, give me a screen. Gets it. And he misses the layup after getting the screen. And the rebound comes off to Jostle. He takes it into the front court quickly. Back to J.C. Mole. Now they get it to Kyle Luke. And in the corner, it's Jostle. Swing past the Mole. Fires from 3 from the left wing off the front of the iron. And it's Jostle that gets the rebound. Now it's back over to Alex Howard. Howard on the right wing. He's guarded by Garby. Gets it to the free throw line. Needs some help. Gets it from Jostle. Jostle, where's number 30 for the Panthers? to Rilovich, and the shot from the Panthers no good. Howard gets the rebound, and it's going to be another shot from Grant Jostle. He misses it, gets his own rebound. 3 chances here for the Panthers on this possession. Rilovich fires from 3, no good. Taylor Howell gets the rebound and gets fouled. You cannot give them, that's the second time in this game that they've had 3 shots on 1 possession.
If you go back to the end of the second quarter, Pinckneyville has missed their last 8 shots from the field. That doesn't happen very often, but you've got to keep them off the board.
And Carterville has to take advantage of that dry spell. That's exactly what happened to them in the first game as well. Pinckneyville went cold early, and but they didn't take advantage of it. So that's the second team foul now on the Panthers, where you haven't quite played 3 minutes yet. 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Garby has it over. The ball's thrown away. They're going to say it was not touched by Pinckneyville, but it's a turnover on the Lions. Their first here in the second half.
Yep. Again, you've got to take advantage. Anytime Pinckneyville turns it over or misses a shot, you cannot turn it over.
I mean, because it will not last the whole game.
No.
J.C. Moll's been cold the whole game. He's going to find a way to score. As Rilovich is able to get the layup to fall. That's their first bucket here in this third quarter. Carterville basketball. They're down 4, 5 minutes remaining in the third. Taylor Heil needs some help, gets it to Garby. Garby squared up by Rilovich. He drives it down the lane, leaves it for Heil, passes behind him, though he has to back it back out. Jackson, the head fake, back into Heil, turnaround jumper, off the iron, no good, and the rebound is off of, it was grabbed by Rilovich, and it was knocked out of bounds by Valerius, who just checked in, and it's going to belong to the Pinckneyville Panthers. The Panthers in their white uniforms, moving left to right.
Heil had a nice look. Clock is still running. That's interesting. Well, now they've stopped it. About 5 or 6 seconds ran off the clock.
And the
now
the officials
put 9 seconds back up on the clock.
There we go. 4:36 is what's showing. 4-point lead. Low-scoring game. Low-scoring game.
That's where Carterville wants it.
Yeah, it is. As Pinckneyville has it into the front court. Rilovich, he's tied up by Blake Jackson. And they're going to say that Blake fouled him when he reached in to grab the basketball. It's Blake Jackson's first foul. That's the first team foul on the Lions here in the second half. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud sponsors and supporters of your Carterville Lions. Pinckneyville basketball. Rilovich gets it to Moll on the right wing. He finds a wide open Dawson Yates. He misses the shot, and we've got a foul, and it's going to be on Mr. Dawson Yates, the freshman, for the Pinckneyville Panthers.
Yeah, I thought they might call Taylor Howell for on the back, but Carterville gets a break and got to take advantage of it.
Dawson Yates is a freshman. That's his third team foul, and his third personal foul, the third team foul. Dawson Yates, the 6'1 freshman, starting for Bob Wagner and these Pinckneyville Panthers. The Orphans lead Mount Vernon 51-36. That's a final score this evening. Blake Jackson drives the lane. He's fouled as he takes it to the rack for the layup, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. The foul is on Grant Jostle.
Carterville this time around against Pinckneyville is doing a little bit more of trying to go and beat Pinckneyville on the dribble drive, which has been good. Brendan Beasley's had some good opportunities tonight. Now Jackson's going to go line, hit a couple of free throws.
Way short on the first one.
Entering the game for the Panthers, number 12.
I tell you what, Carterville's hanging around somehow, some way. It's hard to explain.
Now, Carterville has not taken advantage of this slow start by Pinckneyville in the third quarter.
Second free throw for Jackson rolls in. So it's 23-20, a 3-point lead, 3:46 left here in the third quarter. In the front courts, that is Chandler. He swings the pass to Rilovich, and the pass is tipped in the backcourt by turnover on the Panthers. Carterville brings it the other way. Beasley has it. Left side, fine, tries to get it to Heil. It bounces up off the backboard, right back to Heil, and he's able to lay it back in. His first bucket of the second half. We've got a 1-point game, 23-22. Pinckneyville basketball down low. They work it into Jossel. He kicks it out for the three-pointer from Kitchen. Devin Kitchen shot no good. And back to Rulovich. Rulovich. Shot from the left wing is no good, and Pinckneyville continues to miss here in the third as Carterville turns it over. Again, their second turnover as J.C. Mole takes it to the hole, and he's fouled by Taylor Heil, and he's going to go to the line and shoot two.
Jackson had the ball. He came down the lane, had nobody going to step in front of him, and for some reason tried to pass, I think, to Heil, who had two guys in front of him.
J.C. Mole is at the line shooting two free throws. That's his first point of the game. You hate seeing him be at the line and make that free throw because that may be what turns him around.
Yeah.
He has missed everything tonight.
They've only got one field goal in this third quarter.
Yes,
they're still ahead.
And he misses the second. We have a foul that is going to be on Devin Kitchen that I cannot put in my scorebook. Let's do this. That's his first foul. And we're going to scratch this one. Number 4. All right, I got it lined out now. It's Carterville basketball. Devin Kitchen with his first foul. That's the the fifth team foul now on the Panthers. Beasley has it on the right side, takes it into the paint, drops it over to Dylan Valerius, back to Beasley between the circles. Top of the key, guarded by Mole, brings it left side, hands it, has the ball stripped away. As Chandler that takes it to the rack, and he gets fouled as he takes it to the rim for the layup. The foul is on Dylan Valerius, his second, third team foul. And so it's going to be Miles Chandler at the line, shooting two. And he's good.
If Carterville does not come back to win this game, you can just go back to the third quarter.
Absolutely.
And that is the reason why they will not win if they don't. They just have not. Pinckneyville still only has one field goal in this third quarter.
26-22, 4-point lead, 2:16.
On number 11, J.C. Mole.
J.C. Mole is called for a foul. That's the 16th foul. That would help.
Yes.
Get Pinckneyville into the into the bonus here before the end of the third quarter, and that will probably happen. J.J. Johnson, Justin, into the game for the Lions. Top of the key. Works it right side. Dylan Valerius we've got another foul. It's going to be on the Carterville Lions. A turnover. It's going to be on Dylan Moore, his first. The fourth team foul now on the Lions.
Pinckneyville is handing presents over to Carterville, and Carterville is saying, can I please have a receipt? I want to return it.
Cahokia leads Carbondale 51-50. That's after 3. And Althoff 68-49 over Marion at the end of 3. Here it is 26-22, a 4-point Panther lead over the Lions. They get it into Jossel. He fires from about 12 feet. Jossel gets on the board here in the third, 28-22. Do not let him warm up. Carterville has it. Moore, Johnson could have fired from 3, gets it down low to Heil. He's on the left block, and he's able to bank it home. Nice work by Taylor Heil. And a timeout is called by Shane Hawkins. It is a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, now offering the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. For more information on the features of mobile banking and how you can enroll, their website is tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, I think Kyle's going to play a big role for Carterville from here on out. If Carterville can get the ball into him and let the offense go from there, as Coach Shane Hawkins has said many times on the postgame shows, with Ford and Heil in there, go inside first and then work your offense from there. Of course, no Ford, but Carterville only down by 4 here with a minute 27 to go in the third.
28-24. Pinckneyville with the 4-point lead. After the timeout from Shane Hawkins, Panthers have it in the front court. Jostle, they have it to J.C. Mole, left-hand dribble toward the right side. Jostle gets it down low to Howard. He wants to find a cutter, but they kick it out top to Chandler. He fires, no good. Taylor Heil, that's a huge rebound. Going over the top to get it. Here comes Beasley on the run. Leaves it down low. Justin Johnson. Wow, what a nice play. And a nice assist once again from Brendan Beasley to Justin Johnson.
Yeah, nice pass by Beasley. Justin just kind of got lost underneath the glass.
Down 42 seconds left in the game. Pinckneyville with the basketball. Drive down the left baseline. Kick out pass. They bring it around the top. That is Kitchens. His shot no good. Carterville gets the ball. The rebound, they can tie or take the lead going in to the fourth quarter. Beasley, in a hurry, backs it up. Shane Hawkins says slow it down. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Beasley left-right with the dribble, top of the circle. Shane Hawkins yells instructions to his Lions of 10 seconds on the clock. 9, 8, 7. Beasley, top of the circle, shake and bake. He loses the handle. Pinckneyville can take it the other way. The ball comes back to Carterville. 1 second, no time. That's how we end it. It is 28-26, a 2-point Pinckneyville lead. Carterville's in this ball game, folks, at Pinckneyville. Fourth quarter action is next on News Radio WJPF. 60 here, please. We're in Pinckneyville, heading to the fourth quarter. A great ball game, 28-26. It's not been pretty, but it's been a good ball game as Panthers have a 2-point lead, 28-26, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Panthers with the basketball. They have it in the front court. That is Kyle Luke. Gives it to J.C. Mole. Looks for that backdoor cut, that give and go, but it backs it out. They work it around to the left side. Dawson Yates brings it right-hand dribble, top of the circle, drops it down to Luke. He's spinner in the lane, no good, and the ball is on the floor. He gets it, oh, that's actually, Rulovich is able to get the ball, and he's able to bank it home for the Panthers.
Carterville had two players around that miss on the ball on the floor, and neither one came up with it.
So it's Carterville basketball, down 4 now. Carterville fortunate to be in this game after Pinckneyville only scored 2, 4, 6, 7 points in that third quarter and allowed the Lions to hang around. Moore has it, takes it to the right elbow, leaves it for Valerius. He needs some help, gets it to Beasley. He backs it up. He's guarded by Brady Lewis of the Panthers. Right-hand dribble, gives it to Dylan Moore. Moore brings it over to Justin Johnson. Johnson down to Heil, right elbow, step back, puts a shot up, bangs it home, no good. And a rebound comes off to Rulovich of Pinckneyville. Quickly into the front court, the Panthers have it. They take it to the right elbow, swing pass, back around. Mole's going to fire from the left wing, buries it. Cannot let this guy get hot because he can absolutely put a team away, and that is his first field goal in the game, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, again, you cannot let this team have extra opportunities, and that's one of the things that has killed Carterville tonight.
And here you can just kind of feel just a little bit that Pinckneyville's starting to get their edge back, and that's what the Lions cannot afford to happen. Keep these guys hot. You have to play good defense. Carterville has it. Moore takes it in. We got a pushing foul that is called on, that's going to be on Kyle Luke. That's his fourth. That's the 17th foul, though, on the Panthers, and that's important.
Yeah, now Carterville will be going to the free throw line to shoot the bonus. And this is where you got to make up points when you're behind. When the clock stopped, you got to hit your free throws.
Dylan Moore is at the line shooting free throws. First one is up, and it's good. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville. They'll be in their brand new location starting on Tuesday, 209 West Commercial Drive. It's right next to Tequila's in Carterville. You can even go online, visit artworkscustomgraphics.com.
Pinckneyville shot 17% in that third quarter, yet they still lead this game.
By 5, 33-28. 5:52 left here in this ball game. Dawson Yates takes it across the timeline. Pinckneyville has it. That's Mole. Over to Rulovich to the right side. Now they get it to Jossel. Jossel, top of the circle, over to the left side to Rulovich. He brings it back to Jossel. They work the right side now. 33-28, the shot no good. And Taylor Howe, a huge rebound. That shot put up by Brady Lewis. Carterville basketball as Blake Jackson almost loses it, but he's able to gather it back up. You have to have sure hands in this game.
Yes, you do. Soft hands at times.
So it's Justin Johnson now. Top of the key to Taylor Heil over to the right side. That's Dylan Valerius. Number 44, left-hand dribble, gives it to Beasley. He brings it down the left side, gets a runner toward the bucket. He gets the layup. Brennan Beasley gets 2 for the Lions.
Now back to within 3. Carterville needs to stop defensively.
33-30, 4:50 remaining. Mole fires from 3. That's off the back of the iron. Taylor Heil with another rebound. How many's he got?
He's got 10.
Wow. And he's got 2, 6, 10 points in the game. He's got a double-double here against the Panthers tonight. Beasley toward the left side, drives the left baseline. He is, there's no
Yeah, they call a foul.
Okay, we didn't hear the whistle.
I didn't either.
Foul by number 15.
Foul is on Dawson Yates. That's his 4th. That's the 8th team foul. And Beasley's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for the Lions. First one is good.
Entering the game for the Panthers, number 21, Kyle.
Yep. Carterville's put them in a position late in the game on the road against a 25-win team to win the game. That's all Shane Hawkins could have asked for.
25-2 on the season. Number 8 in Class 2A as Beasley hits the second free throw for these Carterville Lions. They're down 1. I love the way this is looking right now for the Lions. Let's just finish it. You got to finish. As they get the ball down to Jossel, his little right-hand turnaround is good. By Rulovich, rather. And that's his second bucket of this fourth quarter. And we have a timeout. It's a full timeout call by the Pinckneyville Panthers. You're listening to Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF. 60, please. 60. Fourth quarter action in Pinckneyville. River-to-river conference action tonight. Doesn't mean anything, but it's a good game anyway. 35-32. Panthers a 3-point lead. 4:12 left in the game, and your Lions with the basketball. They're working right to left on the court here at Thomas Gymnasium in Pinckneyville. Dick Corn Court, I believe it is, isn't it? It is. And we have a foul.
Yeah, Dick Corn Court got another foul on Pinckneyville. So Carterville will be going back to the free throw line. This is not the same Pinckneyville team we saw a few weeks ago. They haven't shot the ball well, and Nashville took them to overtime last week.
Blake Jackson at the line, shooting the 1-and-1, and he gets the first one. 9 team fouls on the Panthers. Carterville down 2, 35-33. Jackson has a second one coming. It's good. Carterville down 1, Scott Hudson.
And Shane Hawkins, who has won a lot of games on this court as a player, would love to win one right now as a
wouldn't it be
coach.
nice to steal one here? As we said, the Panthers' number 8 team in Class 2A. The shot from 3, no good. That shot put up by Rulovich. Carterville has a chance to take the lead here. Under 4 to go. Beasley into the front court. Man, what a big possession this is for the Lions. Just to get in their head and get that lead from them. Johnson drives it, kicks the pass out. We've got a blocking foul on the Panthers, and Johnson is going to go to the line and shoot the 1-and-1. Or he's going to shoot 2.
And that's the right call because Rulovich did not get his feet set on the low block on the baseline.
That's the 10th foul, so Johnson's at the line, shooting 2, hits the first one. We have us a tie ball game with 3:36 left here in the 4th. Johnson's second free throw. Off the iron, no good, and Pinckneyville gathers up the rebound. Tied up, 3:30 left in the game, Pinckneyville basketball. Into the front court, it's J.C. Mole, right side, they work it to Rulovich. Over, brings it back, top of the circle. Now to the right side, they work it. That is Kyle Luke. Now to Mole. He's guarded by Beasley. 3:13 on the clock. Now they work the left side, trying to get that cut. They'll be patient. They'll work that cut. But they work it back to the left side once again. That is Yates. He finds a runner for the Panthers.
And a blocking foul
on Justin Johnson.
Yeah, he got there late. He went over to help, but he got there late. As Valerius, I think, was the Carterville player that got beat on the baseline. And now Pinckneyville could extend a 2-point lead to 3.
Justin Johnson charged with foul. Justin Johnson is the one, though. You got to remember, defensively, he's the only Carterville Lion player that's taken a charge.
Exactly.
In the last month and a half.
Exactly. He did the right thing. He just got there a little late.
He was just a little slow. So the free throw is missed by Yates. And Carterville has it. They're down 2, 37-35, 2:45 now left in this ball game. Beasley takes the pass from Heil. Fires from 3 off the iron. No, I thought it was going to get the roll. Ball is on the floor, and Pinckneyville comes away with it. Here comes Kyle Luke. He throws the ball away. Carterville basketball. Wow. How many turnovers? I've only got him for 2.
I've got him for 3 in the second half.
I think you're right. I think I missed one. That's a big one. Carterville another chance to tie this up. 2:25 left. Oh, what a good game. I'm getting excited. I can't sit still here, Scott.
I have to say, coming up here tonight, knowing what Pinckneyville did to Carterville a few weeks ago, I didn't know if this was going to be possible, but here we are.
Look, in the game, chance to win the game.
Yep.
Man, this would be huge. Pinckneyville 25-2. Of course, they won the River to River Mississippi Division Conference title. They're 8-1. Beasley's going to fire from 3 off the iron. No good. Ball's on the floor. And a foul on Justin Johnson as he reached around the Pinckneyville player. It's going to be the 6th team foul now on the Lions.
Yeah, Beasley's had 2 good looks from 3. Neither one would go. And now you know Pinckneyville will just run clock. They don't need to score again. They just want to run clock.
As much as they can. So Carterville's going to have to be aggressive on the defensive end. Now, Pinckneyville has 3 turnovers, 8 in the ball game. And they have it in the front court. We're working our way toward 1:35 remaining in the game. They get the cut to Yates, and he gets the layup. That was a nice play by the Panthers. That's a 4-point lead now, 128. Carterville needs points here on this possession. Down 4, 120 on the clock. Johnson hands it to Blake Jackson. He's going to fire from 3 off, no good. Ball goes long. Dylan Valerius throws it off the Pinckneyville player.
Now they're going to say Valerius stepped on the line when he tried to throw the ball back in.
So it's going to belong to the Panthers. J.C. Mold takes the inbound pass. 1:10 left on the clock. Pinckneyville basketball to the far side. Mole has it, left wing. They find the cut. That is Jossel. His shot is up and good. And another blocking foul on Justin Johnson.
When Pinckneyville is in a close game, especially at home, they're going to find ways to make big plays. Carterville, I've only got Carterville for one field goal here in the fourth quarter.
I think you're right. Hang on. Yeah, the rest is free throws. The free throw from Jossel, no good. Taylor Howe gets the rebound. So again, 6-point lead. This not unreachable. Beasley. Carterville needs a couple of threes here, though. He gets the spin move. His left-hand layup is good. Nice move by Beasley, and a timeout is called by Shane Hawkins. A 4-point lead here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take a break as well. It's 41-37, Pinckneyville with a 4-point lead. It's Lions basketball on News Radio, WJPF. 60. Hey, everybody on YouTube, thanks for watching. Good ball game. Pinckneyville's where we're at. 50 seconds remaining in this ball game. A 4-point Pinckneyville Panther lead over the Carterville Lions. It's going to be Panthers basketball, the length of the floor to go. The officials tell the cheerleaders back up a little bit. Pinckneyville has it. Carterville, you got to think they're going to have to foul as they get it into the front court. That's Jossel. He brings it back around. All they need to do is run time. They get it to Mole. Carterville's got to come out. They're going to have to foul. They're going to have to foul, and we do get a foul on Blake Jackson. That's going to be his second. That is going to be the 8th team foul on the Lions, Scott.
Not the guy you want at the free throw line. But at this point in the game, you have no choice. You've got to foul as soon as you can.
And they're going to keep it in his hands as much as possible. Mole's at the line to shoot the first. No good. Rebound on the floor. Wow. And Mole gives it back for the Panthers. 30 seconds left. They have a 4-point lead. They're nursing this 4-point lead. Can they close it out on these Lions? We have a foul that is called by the far side official. The foul is on Dylan Valerius. Nope, Blake Jackson.
Another missed shot that the ball hits the floor. 2 Carterville players around the ball, and a Pinckneyville Panther ends up coming away with it. That cannot happen.
No, it cannot. Jossel's at the line shooting free throws now. They have shot terrible from the line tonight, and they miss that one. Heil gets the rebound. So a 4-point lead, 23 seconds left. Beasley in the backcourt, guarded by Mole. He gets it over to Valerius. Top of the circle, Johnson. Somebody's got to shoot. Jackson does. 3, yes!
Wow, what a shot by the senior.
Woo, what a big shot as Carterville is down a point. 12 seconds left in this ball game.
And now, even if Carterville fouls and say Pinckneyville does hit both free throws, Carterville could still tie the game with a 3. So this is a one-possession game regardless.
And there's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we're going to put a wrap on this ball game. 41-40, Panthers lead. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Just 30 here, please. 30. Back in Pinckneyville, Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson. We have 12.4 seconds left. What a good ball game, Scott. Carterville down 1, 12 seconds left.
Carterville's hit their last 2 shots in the field. They needed that last one, a big 3 by the senior Blake Jackson. And now it's going to come down to probably free throws. Who's going to make them, who's going to miss them.
And who are they going to foul?
Yeah.
Who are they going to foul as we have a timeout that is called by Bob Wagner of the Panthers. He wanted to see the defensive set for the Lions. It's a 30-second timeout that is called. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer and service all brands. Call 985-2502, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com.
And also remember, Carterville has the possession arrow. If there's a tie-up, Carterville will get the ball. But you got to believe if Carterville cannot steal the inbounds pass, they're going to foul immediately and send the Panthers to the free throw line. And again, if Pinckneyville hits both, Carterville could still tie the game with a 3.
Heron knocked off Harrisburg 56-41. AJ a winner over Sparta 54-45. And here we have a 1-point game, 41-40. 12.4 seconds on the clock. Pinckneyville, the length of the floor to go, moving left to right. Who's Carterville going to foul? Quickly, they foul Rulovich, and he's going to go to the line and shoot free throws. Now, Pinckneyville here in the fourth quarter, 0 for 2. No, 1 for 3. 1 for 4, actually, free throws here in the fourth quarter.
Well, they're going to get 2 free throws because they're in the double bonus now. But still, Carterville's going to have a shot regardless.
Rulovich at the line. First one is in the air, and it's good. So a 2-point lead here now. So worst case scenario, Carterville shooting for 3 to tie. 2-point lead, 42-40. Teva Rulovich at the line. Second one is good. Clutch. Those are clutch. 43-40. Under 10 to go. Carterville calls a timeout. But Shane Hawkins wants to talk to his troops. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take one as well. It's coming down to the end of the game. Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. $60, please. Good ball. Yeah, I think so too, Tim. 8.8 seconds left in this ball game. Down 3, 43-40, but it's Carterville basketball in front of the Carterville bench, and Bob Wagner calls another timeout. Maybe Shane Hawkins called it.
Yeah, full timeout issued.
It's going to be another full timeout. We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, here on Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Hey, everybody on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. What a good ball game. Are you guys yelling at the screen like I'm yelling here?
Well, you know they're going to defend the 3. They're going to give Carterville a layup, so it's going to be tough to get an open shot off.
Yep. And if they do, you got to foul like now.
Yeah.
Immediately. I don't know that there's that much time, though.
No, you
Back at Pinckneyville, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Scott, 8.8 seconds left. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think Pinckneyville's just going to defend the 3. They'll give Carterville the 2 because there's probably not going to be enough time for Carterville to do anything or even foul. So I think Carterville's going to have a tough time trying to get somebody open for an open three, but that's their only hope right now.
What a great ball game it's been. It's not been pretty, but it's been a fun game to watch and to call. 43-40. Pinckneyville a 3-point lead. Brennan Beasley is going to trigger the inbounds. He's talking to Shane Hawkins. It's right in front of the Carterville bench. Beasley gets it in to Heil. He wants to get it to Jackson, far side, fires from three, off the back of the iron. The rebound is in the air, 0.3 seconds left on the clock, and it belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Well, this has just got to be a throw-in and a catch and toss as soon as possible.
It's got to be to the outside. It's got to be outside the three-point arc. Shots up, no good. It was partially blocked, I think, by Moore. Pinckneyville wins this ball game 43-40 over the Carterville Lions. Wow, I'm exhausted. That was a good ball game.
It was a good game. It was a very good game, very competitive. When you look at the first meeting between these two teams, Pinckneyville won by 25. Carterville comes up here on Pinckneyville's home floor on senior night and takes them to the final wire, only to lose by 3.
43-40 is the final. Stay tuned. Your post-game show is next on NewsRadio WJPF.
Also, the Pinckneyville alumni basketball game will take place on Friday.
Let's go 3 here, please. 3.
Junior high at 7 o'clock. All the money raised in the Pinckneyville alumni game will benefit the District 50 PTO.
Mud factor.
See the regional pairings and all that?
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Back at Pinckneyville on a Friday night, the Pinckneyville Panthers escape the Carterville Lions 43-40. The number 8 team in Class 2A sees their record go to 26-2 on the season, but you got to give kudos to the Carterville Lions. Not cooties, but kudos to the Carterville Lions It's a tough loss, but they played well tonight.
They played well, and as they have the last 3 or 4 games, they've played shorthanded, no Luke Ford. And they played this team tougher tonight without Luke Ford than they did at at Carterville a few weeks ago with Luke Ford. This team really impressed me tonight, talking about Carterville, with how well they played, what you might consider a little bit shorthanded. Carterville had their opportunities late. The difference in the game, Pinckneyville shot 17% in the third quarter. Carterville didn't take advantage of it. Pinckneyville shot 60% in the fourth quarter. That was just enough to hold off the Carterville Lions.
And that will just, all we got to say to Shane Hawkins is third quarter.
Yeah.
You'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, because Pinckneyville only shot 40% from the field for the game. Carterville shot 43% for the game. Pinckneyville only 8 turnovers, 13 for the Lions, although Carterville had no turnovers in the fourth quarter. Rebounding, 22 for each team. Heil led Carterville with 12, 8 for Rulovich. Just a low-scoring game, hard-fought game, and Carterville just comes up a little short.
And Heil and Brennan Beasley each scored 10 for the Lions this evening. To lead the Lions, it was Blake Jackson with 9. Grant Garby added 2. Justin Johnson, 3. And Dylan Moore had 2. And Dylan Valerius had 4. 43-40 is the final in this game. I tell you what, I'm very happy with how the Lions played here this evening. Despite the third quarter, they showed heart, they showed grit, and you need that going into the playoffs.
Oh, I agree, and I think you never want a big guy like Luke Ford not to be in the lineup. But if you had to pick a time where you didn't want him in the lineup, it would have been when it happened, because then Carterville had enough games left that they could get playing time for Valerius, for Moore, for Garby. Those guys have gotten more minutes down the stretch because of the injury. That's only going to help Carterville going forward. They got a tough game next week on the road at Heron, and then the postseason starts at Carterville. So I was impressed with the way Carterville battled tonight. They never, even when things looked bleak in the fourth quarter, they never gave up, and they had a shot to tie the game at the end.
Yeah, they had their opportunities. The shots just didn't go. And even there with, 0.4 seconds left there, the last play of the game, they still were able to get a shot off. I think J.C. Moe got his hand a little bit on it to block that shot, but even with 0.4 seconds, they were able to get a shot off. And if it goes in, we're in overtime. We're talking overtime right now. So 43-40 was the final. The Panthers over your Carterville Lions. Don't forget, Scott just touched on it. Next Friday night, that is the final game of the 2016-17 regular season, Scott Hudson. And then we'll touch on this real quick. The regional is going to be held at Carterville starting on the 27th, I do believe. I need to get to my picture here. That
is the 27th.
The screenshot for the game. And Carterville is going to open things up against Massac County.
Yeah, the 8 and 9 seed will be playing each other. Of course, Massac and Carterville played a couple of weeks ago.
Last second shot
from half court. Those two, and Massac's playing much better right now as well. They knocked off El Dorado last weekend. They also knocked off Heron. They've played better. And the winner of that game will turn right around and play on Tuesday night against the number 1 seed, the Carbondale Terriers. So it's going to be interesting.
It's a tough regional because you got Carbondale, Benton, and Marion in there, Massac and Carterville. Of course, Scott said Massac will take on Carterville Monday at 7. Tuesday, Carbondale will get the winner of that game. And then the other side semifinal will be the Benton Rangers, number 4 seed in the region, taking on Marion. And then the winner of that game will move on to the championship game on Friday to face the winner of the Carbondale pairing, whoever they play from our game on Monday night. Here's the other thing, too. We're going to have every game of the Carterville Regional on YouTube. We're going to live broadcast it. Of course, we're going to have a regular broadcast on News Radio WJPF for the Carterville games, but the other games Scott and I are going to call, and we will have the live broadcast here on our YouTube channel as well. We're going to go on and take a break. We're expecting head coach Shane Hawkins any minutes. 43-40 is the final score. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. I agree with you, Tim. Need to learn that they can play with them. That's exactly right. Back at Pinckneyville, they got a cake shoot going on out there, Scott.
Well, I tell you what, the way Pinckneyville shot free throws in this game tonight, their coach over here to my left might be looking for candidates to maybe give them a suit for the next game.
That's not even where my mind went. My mind went to there's got to be a lot of cake left up front because nobody's making them. But now they're making them. But tonight was senior night, a very emotional night for these Pinckneyville Panthers. And you kind of wondered going into the game, was there going to be an emotional letdown from these Panthers this evening coming in? It was entirely possible. They, like you said, last couple of games they haven't played as well as they were earlier in the season. Just kind of figured if the culmination of everything might get too much. I don't care what it causes. Carterville played a great ball game tonight and came within 3 of tying this game up with coming down to the end of the regulation.
Yeah, and look at the way Carterville started the game. 5 possessions, 5 turnovers. That's how they started the game. But Pinckneyville did not shoot the ball well, so it gave Carterville an opportunity to stay in the game. And then in the third quarter, Pinckneyville really went cold from the field, only shooting 17%. But Carterville didn't shoot much better in that third quarter. They were 4 of 7. Actually, they shot 57%. They did shoot well, but they just didn't get enough opportunities. The other thing that really hurt Carterville tonight, they gave up 6 offensive rebounds. And there were some key rebounds that Pinckneyville got. I remember 2 loose balls on the floor off missed shots, one off a missed free throw. That Carterville had 2 players there and did not come up with the ball. But still, all in all, a pretty good effort by the Lions. And only lose by 3 at home at Pinckneyville is not that bad.
You're listening to the Carterville Lions post-game show. Coming up in just a few minutes, Scott and I are going to have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care Player of the Game. Head coach Shane Hawkins joins us here for the post-game show. Coach, I think the only way I want to start this off, let's talk about the third quarter because that was a critical part of the ball game for both teams. Pinckneyville was cold, didn't hit anything. Your Lions couldn't take advantage.
No, we had opportunities, and we talked about it. I thought, again, I'm not sure that when we got here today that we were 100% sure we could win this game.
I agree.
And I don't understand that. And we talked about it for 3 days. We got back in Wednesday after the Harrisburg win. I thought we outplayed them for 21 minutes at our place a month ago. But I still think we had a lot of doubt in our mind, and coming up here and playing in a great environment, I still don't think we had that 100% proof thought that we could go win in here.
I think they, coming down into the midway through the fourth quarter, they were like, "Oh my gosh, we can win this game."
We were. I thought.
I like their demeanor in the fourth.
I thought at halftime, we were. And I asked them, and kids, they know, they understand. We're now 23-19, and I'll be honest, I didn't think we played very well. I really didn't. I thought we weren't very good offensively. We turned it over like 4 or 5 times in the first 3 minutes of the game. We gave up baskets in transition, We gave up a 3 in transition. We got backdoored, and that was like 7 of their 23 points that we just gave them. Plus, I think they got to stick back off a missed free throw. So I didn't think we had played very well the first half, and I asked them, I said, all right, let me hear your feedback. You grade the first half. Anybody in here think we played our A game? No. Anybody think we played our B game? No. And I agreed with them. Anybody think we played an average C game? Yeah, that's about where we were. We were average the first half, and you're down 4 to a team that's 25-2.
Number 8 in the state.
And in a great environment.
Yeah.
The biggest crowd we've had all year. But I still don't think when we came out of half, I still don't think there was 100% belief that we could win. And I don't understand that part. If I remember right, they didn't score their first point of the third quarter 5 minutes and 14 seconds in. They got a free throw with 2:46.
Yep.
To make it 24-22, I think.
Yeah, they only had 2 field goals in the third quarter.
Yeah, and so we had opportunities, but when you're not fully believing that you're going to win it, it's a little bit tougher to turn it loose and go make a shot. But we gave ourselves chances. I thought they helped us. They gave us some opportunities, and we just didn't take advantage of the opportunities that presented ourselves. And a lot of it goes, I still don't think that we were 100% belief that we were going to win it.
So do you think this game changes the mindset of them going into the Heron game, going into regionals, that, man, we damn near knocked off Pinckneyville?
We just talked about it for 10 minutes, so however long I was down there. That's what we talked about. I said, first of all, you have to understand how good you are as an individual player. I said, then you have to believe that the guy next to you is pretty good too. I said, then you got to believe that as a team, we're pretty good. We can do something. But until we have that belief that we can go beat somebody good, then you're going to play people close.
Coach, the one thing that I noticed in your team tonight, go back to the last time you guys played Pinckneyville, 25-point loss, and you had Luke Ford. Tonight, no Luke Ford, but the thing that I was impressed with, you're on the road playing a team that's won 25 games, and you didn't wilt under pressure in the fourth, and you had chances.
We had a chance down 7.
You were there. You were there.
Absolutely. We were down 7, and I think, well, go back 5 weeks ago when we played them, and it was tight, and now we're down 7. And things didn't go our way, and then it went to 10 and to 13 and to whatever it ended up.
Got away from us.
And we fought. We went and made a play to get it back to 5, and then we got it back to 3. And so I like that part. But man, have a little bit of confidence in yourself and go make a basket. I mean, we had some open looks and we had some stuff at the rim a little bit. But I thought we fought them defensively. I still think they scored 43. I still think we gave them some baskets. I think it got tied 35-35, 35-34.
Yeah, you had a chance to take the lead. I think it was either Jackson or Johnson missed the second of 2 free throws.
And that was for the lead.
That was for the lead.
And then then their next 2 baskets to go back up 39-35 was on a pass and a basket cut for a layup. Stuff that we work on, at nauseum every day about jumping the ball, make them go behind, don't give up layups. That's what cost us. And that wasn't the only 2 plays, but those were big plays at crunch time, and we don't go get a stop.
Well, it was. I said it was a great ball game. It wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, 2 teams that played very hard.
Yes.
2 teams played very hard.
Hard fought. And I hate saying, because I say that every conference game, because every single conference game is this way, and it doesn't matter. It's a hard-fought win if you win by 20 or if you win it by 1.
Well, and I thought the one thing that maybe separates this from a lot of the others, I thought it was very hard for people just to catch tonight.
It was.
I thought every pass was challenged. I thought it was hard for people to catch and be comfortable. I thought both teams got up and guarded people, and
I mean, that's what high school basketball is about.
I felt bad for Justin Johnson tonight as he tried to step in and take 3 charges.
Yeah.
He gets called. He's the only guy that's taken a charge this year, or it seems like
we
it.
haven't had many.
And he got the call before, but he didn't get him tonight.
Yeah.
But he showed heart stepping in and did the right thing.
Yeah, and he was struggling. He got beat a couple times defensively. He wasn't great offensively, but he kept playing. He kept kept trying to do something to help our team. And that's all you can ask. The ball's not going to go in the hole every night. What else? And we talked to our guys about this. When you're not scoring, why am I playing you?
What else can I do?
Yeah. So what are you doing to help our team? If you're a liability defensively and you're turning it over and missing shots, it's hard for me to play you. But he was not very good, and he'll admit it. We talked about it earlier. But he kept fighting through it. He kept fighting, and he kept coming and making a play. He had to handle it a little bit, probably more tonight than what he's had to in the past, because they really fought trying to keep Beasley from catching. So he was our hybrid point guard there for a lot of the second half, and did fine. Did what he played under control. Didn't try to do too much, and I think that's a big step for him. He played under control, and he was able to stay and make plays for us tonight.
Coach, it's the next week, next Friday night. Heron, that's the last regular season game of the season.
We talked to our guys, especially our seniors, because it's so long between February and November. But when it gets there,
it's so fast.
It goes so fast. And I don't think seniors understand that. I don't think underclassmen understand it. And maybe seniors don't even understand it until it's now. And it's like, man, it seems like we just started practice. We just played in the Pyramid. We were at the holiday tournament. We were at Frankfurt, and we try not to talk about that week of basketball. But here we are going into, you have one regular season game left and one postseason game is all you're guaranteed. Our seniors are guaranteed 2 games. It just goes by so fast, and I want those guys to cherish the opportunity, to cherish the chance that they get to put on the uniform and go play and go compete.
One more thing. Be remiss if we didn't talk about the bracket that came out today for the 3A regional at home opening game against Massac County. It's a tough bracket.
Oh, it's a really good. And you can pick any of the 5 teams and put them together out of the 10 teams in regional, and you're going to have good teams. But you got very good teams. I mean, those top 4 teams are really, really good. And then you throw in Marion at 5, who's been up and down. They've got really good wins. I mean, there's a lot. Massac beat us. Heron's kind of struggled in the last couple of weeks, but very talented team. Salem's kind of come on lately. I think they won 6 out of 7 or 7 out of 9. And Mount Vernon's gotten better. Mount Vernon's a completely different team than they were when we saw them in the Pyramid. So but that's 3A basketball. There's no bad teams in 3A, at least not down in this area. You may get in the Chicago area and get some bad teams, but you get some really good ones up there too.
Well, Coach, I think you got to be proud of the effort from your kids tonight, regardless of the final score. I was impressed with, as I said earlier, I was impressed with the way your kids played. Did not roll over in the fourth quarter. When they got behind, they found a way to fight back and gave themselves a chance to tie the game late. And hopefully, this is the type of game that will springboard your team to bigger and better things, because maybe this was the game where the light went off. Maybe this is the game where the light went off and says, hey, you know what? We are better than what I may have thought we were.
Absolutely. And I told my guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you. I'll always be honest with you. I'll tell you where you stand. I'll tell you where we stand as a team. But you got to believe in me, because I'm telling you, we are good enough to go have a regional week. All right?
Yeah.
We are good enough. Now, things may have to go our way. We're going to have to play at a magical level. But if I didn't really believe that, if I didn't really believe that we could come in here and win tonight, then I wouldn't tell them that. And I really deep down really thought we would come in here and win the game. But a lot of it goes back to you got to believe.
Yeah.
You got to believe. You got to take that first step.
Shane Hawkins on our postgame show, 43-40. The Pinckneyville Panthers win on their senior night. Dadgum, we almost upset them on their senior night too, 43-40. Coach, we will talk to you, I guess, next Friday night at Heron.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Shane Hawkins on our post-game show. 43-40, the final score. Just a dandy ball game. And you got to have heart, boys. You got to have heart. And they showed that they did tonight. And, I mean, as good as we've had some of the wins have been this year, this game makes me feel better than any other game that we've played this season.
Yeah, the two losses that you can kind of look at and say, boy, you really don't feel bad or down would be this game and the Benton game.
Yeah.
Where Benton had to hit a last-second shot to win. Tonight, Carterville couldn't hit a last-second shot to tie it to send it to overtime. But I know we're at the end of the regular season, and I know it's may not make a lot of sense at this point in time, but this Carterville team is better than the record. I know coaches will say, well, you are what your record says you are. Yep. I get that. But this Carterville team's better than the record, and they just have to find a way to be consistent. You've got one regular season game, then postseason, but maybe this is the game that will turn things around.
But there's nothing more important than playing your best ball going into the regionals, and we're going to find out next week. Heron's going to be a good ball game. It's going to be a hostile environment, cross-county rival, just going to be a good ball game. We need to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game, and I just don't know. I don't know. Well, this is a hard decision tonight.
Well, it is, but I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna go with Taylor Heil.
I think so.
12 rebounds, double-double. He had a tough night on the inside because they were doubling him.
Down. Yep.
So, but I'll give it to Taylor Heil. You can come away with a double-double against the Pinckneyville defense. That's good enough for me.
Taylor Howe, our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Joe's Lawn Care, rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. It's owned by Lindsay and Joe McCann of Carterville, where they've been probably serving the Southern Illinois region for over 20 years. They do such good work. They take care of your commercial lawns. They take care of your residential lawns, your landscaping maintenance, spring and fall cleanups, snow removal. They haven't had to do a whole lot of that this year, but if it happens, they'll do it. Property maintenance, bush hogging, bush heads, tree trimming removal, repair of your equipment. It's Joe's Lawn Care. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe, 534-8148, 618-534-8148. Taylor Heil, our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Wrap us up.
Well, it was a tough loss for Carterville, but I was very impressed with the way Carterville played tonight. I thought they showed a lot of heart. They showed a lot of effort playing a 25-win team on their home floor on senior night. Hopefully, as I said, this is the light that goes off that tells these kids, especially the seniors, that you can play with and possibly beat some very good teams, and it starts next Friday night at Heron.
43-40 the final. We will talk to you at 7:30 for the pregame show. 7:45 is the scheduled tip. For our producer, engineer back at the station, Robert Teese, from our partner, Scott Hudson. What a good game. Pinckneyville wins tonight, 43-40 over your Carterville Lions. I'm Dave McKenzie. We'll talk to you next Friday night, the last game of 2016-17 on the road at Heron, right here on News Radio WJPF. God bless. Thanks, buddy. All right, bye-bye.